Okay, today's Colorado trivia is the Women's Bean Project started in Denver in 1989. How did this idea grow and where? The idea is the brainchild of social worker Jossie Ayre. After volunteering at Denver's The Gathering Place, she realized the need for women to be safe while making lasting changes in their lives. She bought $500 worth of beans. The ladies began to cook, and that's how the mission sprouted and grew around the nation. Very interesting. Well, the Women's Bean Project grew into much more than only making bean soup. Today, the organization offers products to over 500 retailers from coast to coast. Items including soup, salsa, desserts, even jewelry, and so much more. Tamara Ryan shares some of the Santa secrets for unique presents made by the Women's Bean Project. Good to see you. Welcome back to the show.
Nice to see you.
So your mission is to help women be self-sufficient through social enterprise. Explain what you mean.
Well, we have a manufacturing business in which we make these gourmet food products, and then we employ women who've been chronically unemployed and impoverished. So a typical woman we hire hasn't had a job longer than a year in her lifetime, though the average age is 38. So they come and work for us for 6 to 9 months, and at the end they move to a career entry-level job in the community.
Oh, that's fantastic. But how do the women find you?
Well, a lot of times it's referrals from someone else who's been in the program, but also shelters and treatment programs and halfway houses. Unfortunately, there's no shortage of women coming to our program.
Is there an application process? Do you have to have certain requirements to be eligible?
Well, there is an application process, and the primary requirement is that she has to live below the federal poverty level. If she's chronically unemployed, that's not a challenge for her. She has to be clean and sober. She has to be able to lift 50 pounds because that's the weight of a bag of beans.
Okay.
And have the ability to do the work within our business. But I think the most important thing is that she needs to be ready and willing to change her life. Because women come to the Bean Project to create new lives for themselves.
Right, and so like you said, they have to have all of those requirements, and you've had a pretty good success rate, haven't you?
Well, about 70% of the women graduate the program. They all go on to jobs at the end of the program. And then a year later, an average of 95% of the women still have kept employment.
So bean soup was your first product, correct? Do you create other products from bean soup?
Well, we have a whole line of bean soup mixes, but then we also have baking mixes for cookies and brownies.
So different recipes.
Different recipes.
Okay.
We have salsas and spice rubs, and so you can buy our products to put into all kinds of recipes. So it's not just, it started with this bean soup, but we've expanded to about 35 different food products.
Changing the lives of many women out there who need help. And with the holiday shopping fast approaching, share with me some of the items that you brought here today.
Well, I brought some gift baskets that are great gift items to send to family members across the country or to buy locally for your clients. And then I brought some products that you see on the screen right now. Those are our spice mixes that are great for hostess gifts, and they're also great to use for entertaining for yourself.
It's so fun. You can buy any time of year. You can also buy online. Is that correct?
womensbeanproject.com.
Okay, womensbeanproject.com. And I know you have like a holiday mart coming up soon?
Yeah, at the beginning of December, the first weekend, the 2nd through the 4th, from 9 to 2, we open our doors and have hundreds of people come in to buy their holiday gifts.
Is the holiday season majority where the funds come from to help you all out?
Well, 70% of our sales happen from September to December, so it's a really important time of year for us.
I want to also point out this book that you wrote,
I did.
Tamara Ryan, and it's called The Third Law. Explain what people will find inside this book and where they can pick it up.
Well, it's called The Third Law because it refers to Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's about how the women come to the Bean Project to change their lives, and there are so many forces that push back on that change. It's also about how I came to this place that I thought was about other people changing, and I've changed in the process.
What's the one thing that you realized you've changed about yourself? Probably the most positive thing.
Well, I think that the most important thing I've learned is that sometimes, except for the accident of birth, there really is no difference between myself and someone else who might be living a really different life, living in poverty, having a hard time keeping a job. That really I have a lot of advantages, and I think it's incumbent upon us, those of us who have advantage, to help others create advantage for themselves.
Yeah, amen to that. Going back to the recipes that you offer, I like them because they're pretty easy to put together. I'm not the best cook in the world.
Well, you know, for instance, you could get up in the morning and put our soup in a crock pot and come home in the evening and dinner's ready.
Yeah.
Our mixes, our baking mixes, you just add things like the butter and the eggs, and
that's it.
Yes, that's super easy.
What's the future of the Women's Bean Project?
Well, we'll be introducing some new products soon. a couple this fall, and then some in the early part of 2017.
Okay.
And that's a way really to expand beyond our initial products of bean soup and mixes, but also so that we can employ more women.
Do you need volunteers? Can we help you out in any other way?
Always.
Okay.
We always need volunteers. We have easily 500 volunteers a year who help us in a variety of capacities. And that's from working side by side with the women to representing us at sales events.
And is the Women's Bean Project, Tamara, is it only here in Colorado or globally?
Well, we are based here in Colorado. All of our products are made here in Denver and shipped from here. And we actually are in about 1,000 stores across the country.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then we ship from here to, anyone's home. So we're everywhere.
Congratulations, and I'm really
you.
interested in reading your book. Thank you for sharing today.
Thank you.
Okay, womensbeanproject.com. It's a great place to learn more and to shop. The full menu of products is available. Their products are also carried locally at 10,000 villages and King Supers. So mark your calendar for December 2nd through the 4th for the holidays annual holiday group fair. And don't forget, you can order online too. Full recipe and all the information is online. So check it out, womensbeanproject.com.